So what's up YouTube, it's your girl Drika K and I'm back with another video. If you're new here, welcome. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Today's video is, I'm gonna try not to make it sad, and I'm gonna try my hardest not to cry. Okay? I'm gonna be strong during this video because I kind of just want to talk about this because, to be honest, this is my first Christmas that's coming up where I actually feel like I'm okay. Like, I feel like I'm in a good space. I feel like my head is clear. I'm not I'm not like in a mess. I'm not falling apart. I'm just here, and I'm just thankful because I have gone through this huge transformation. Like, I'm steady in a transformation right now. So I just want to turn this camera on and to just speak about this because, again, this will be my first Christmas, the year 2023, that I just feel like I'm okay. Like, I can do this. I can get through this. I'm not going to say that I don't miss my daughter, because I miss my daughter all the time, like every day, every hour, every second, every minute, just, always missing her. But this is, again, like I said, this is my first Christmas where I feel like I'm going to be okay. Like, I can do this. Like, I feel her in the spirit, and I don't feel sad, that she's not here. Because the last couple of Christmases that I've been having, they have not been so good. I have not really left the house. Anything that's been going on for the month of December, I don't participate in it, including the things like at work. Like, we'll have a spirit week at work, and because I'm just, in a bad space, back then I was in a bad space, and just, I didn't see no way out. Like, I just felt like life was over. I would not really participate in those activities. But this year I feel much better, and I'm able to think much better. Like, I just feel very light for the holidays this year, and I just feel like it's going to be okay. Like, all is well. Even though my daughter is not here, I know that she's here in the spirit, because I have really grown on my journey, like, with God, y'all. Like, you will literally just have to see. Like, I'm not able to, like, really show myself a lot right now because I'm still, like, in my waiting season. I'm still, like, being pruned. So it's like sometimes I'm here on YouTube and sometimes I'm not. But that's just because I'm trying to get myself together. And I'm just, praying a lot with God. A lot of my moves that I'm making, they involve God now. Like, all of my moves that I'm making that's to come, and the ones that I have going on right now, all of them include God, because I realize, like, I cannot do anything without God. I used to live a life where I felt like if my mom or my dad or my sister could not fix it, then it could not be fixed, and people just tell me, pray to God, and I would just be completely dismissive of that phrase, because I'm just like, I knew who God was, but I didn't know who God was for myself. I did not have a personal bond with him for myself. I would look and I would see things that God would do for other people, but I would just be like, okay, well, that's them. It's, it's not me. So, okay, God is good, but I didn't never really get to, like, truly experience it for myself until, like, this year, where I just finally just, I've had enough, and I just locked in. I felt like I heard God telling me that you just need to lock in with me. And so ever since then, it's been just that. I've been gone from social media a lot this year. I've been away from videos a lot this year. I have been away from a lot of activities that I used to participate in this year. And I just been, off with God, doing my own thing, trying to build a closer bond with God, practicing on hearing his voice and being obedient to him and following directions. And I've had some days that, I felt like, I don't know, like, I don't know what I'm doing. And trust me, I still feel like that now. Like, I'm not even going to tell y'all no story. I still feel like some days I'm just like, God, what are we doing? Like, I know you are a creator of all, but I'm afraid because I don't know what you're creating from this right now. And, like, I still don't know what God is doing right now in my life, but I'm just going, y'all, because I'm tired of crying. I'm tired of feeling hopeless. I'm just tired of feeling like, I don't want to be here on earth when I know that I have a purpose. I just have to get past my emotions, because we don't always know what God is doing, but that does not mean that he's not doing anything. And when he's quiet, then we know that he's doing his his work. So I'm just trying to be patient, being present in the moment, and just, trying to listen for, what's next or whatever. And, most importantly, working on myself, purifying my heart, focusing on the things that I allow in my life, trying to purify my thoughts, because I have fought with a lot. This year I have gone through so much. Intrusive thoughts had taken over my mind. Like, my mind was fooling me, and I became my worst enemy this year, and it just got unbearable to a point where I just was like, Lord, I can't do this no more. I need you. So that's really just where I've been, y'all. And through all of that, he has shown me that everything is going to be just fine. And like, when I think that nothing has, worked or nothing has happened within me, he always shows me like, look, yes, it did. I may get in a situation, and then like, after I've handled it, I'm patting myself on the back like, I handled that better than how the old me would handle, a situation like that, especially when it comes down to people, and especially like on my days when I'm sad and grief is just really heavy. I used to just go in my room, close the door, and shut up in my room for about 2 or 3 days, and I don't come out, and I'm just in a bad mood, But now, when I get in those moods, I allow myself to feel it. Like, I may cry. I'll cry for, a good little bit, 30 minutes, maybe an hour. But after that, I'm wiping my tears. I'm like, it's okay. You feel that, that you're not going to get over this, but just know that that's only a feeling, because because I am going to get over this. Like, I've taught myself to talk to myself and to fill myself with more positivity, instead of feeling like, oh, nothing's going to change. Like, I've stopped using, I don't know if y'all heard me say this before, but I have stopped using curse words, and not just like profanity, but like, I have stopped the negative self-talk. I used to tell myself like, it's not going to get better. I don't say that anymore. On my days, how I know that God has truly worked on me and through me is on my days when I'm sad. Because on my days when I'm sad, y'all, I'm really sad. Especially back then, like, I'm really sad. Like, there is no way to fix it. Like, I'm not coming out of that mood. Like, there is nothing no one can do to help me. Just leave me alone and let me be. But now when I get in those moods, I go out to myself, and like I said, I cry. I allow myself to cry. And then after that, I tell myself, it's going to be okay. You're going to make it through this. It's okay to cry. That does not mean that you're weak. It means that you're strong. And that means that you're growing. Me talking to myself lets me know that I have grown a lot in my journey with God. Because like I said, I used to just shut down. Like, I felt like, it was the end of the world. Like, I really can't explain it. But I have grown so much because, like I said, I've gotten rid of a lot of toxic traits that, I was holding on to, traits that won't help me get to, my next season, my better season with the milk and honey, you feel me? So I've really just been working on a lot of things, and trying to like purify my thoughts so that way I can move on, I really can't explain it. And like, I catch myself a lot like praying, like, God, just give me the words to be able to tell my testimony, because sometimes when I'm talking, I just feel like I don't make sense. But I know that's me coming back to myself, because I used to speak a lot, especially online when I'm live. And then, after I lost my daughter and stuff like that, I just kind of lost my spark with, stuff online, social media, modeling. Creativity just left my body, and everything was just dark, and it was just grief, and it was just depression and anxiety and worry and doubt. The devil really had me for a little minute, but I'm back now, y'all. I'm working all the kinks and the twists out. I'm working on myself. I'm working on bringing my personality back. I've been investing in myself. I've been meditating more. I've been praying more. I've been spending more time with God. I've been going to church. I've been going to Sunday school. I've been doing it all. Bible study. Like, I'm really just trying to live this life that's centered around God. I'm living this life that's centered around God, because I'm really just, I'm going throughout all of my days with God. The smallest thing can happen. I could drop my pencil on the ground. I bend over and pick it up. Lord, I thank you that I'm able to bend over and pick my pencil up. That's how I've been building myself up. You know, some people be like, that's crazy. But when you've come from where I've come from, then you will understand that that's really not crazy. That's just me starting somewhere, because I was a person of little faith. Like, I didn't even have this much faith. You see that space in between there? I did not even have that much. I had zero faith, y'all. Like, I knew who God was, but I didn't know who God was. You know what I'm saying? So I just do, like, you know, small things like that to build myself up. I've learned to talk. I've learned to speak life over my life. I've learned to talk against the enemy, praying the enemy off. I've learned to recognize the signs of me being up under a spiritual attack, because ever since I got baptized, y'all, nobody told me that the devil would be after me 20 times harder. Nobody told me that, y'all. Like, I have been stretched to the max. I have had times where I felt like I'm about to lose my mind, like I'm about to burst out of my skin. Like, it's so crazy. So it's like, through this whole journey, I've been going through all of this, but I've been also having to learn, like, lessons, like getting the lessons out of, you know, the things that has been going on, you know. So it's been a lot. And then, like I said, I've been practicing, like, you know, covering myself in the word by reading the word. I have my Bible. I try to read at least every day, if not every day. I try not to go more than a week, but I do know that in life things happen, but I try not to go longer than a week without reading my Bible. And I'm still learning things when it comes down to my journey with God. I'm still trying to find a way how to study the Bible so that way I understand it. I've been reading out of different Bibles to see which one fits for me. And I've had this, like, question that I have not been able to ask, like, just anyone in general. Like, I just feel like maybe one day I'll ask my pastor, but while I'm thinking about it right now on this video, while this video is going, if there's anybody that's watching this video, I just want to ask, like, okay, the ERV version of the Bible, the easy read version Bible, is it okay that I read that Bible instead of, like, you know, the King James version Bible? Even though I bounce back and forth between both of them, because I feel like with it being called the easy read version of the Bible, I understand that a lot more. But even then, I'm still just having to focus in, you know, and understand, like, what it's saying. But most definitely in the King James version, like, the understanding is really not there, because they use, you know, like, a lot of, you know, words in between thou, hast, and willst. And, you know, it just kind of makes it hard to just, you know, hone in and, you know, like, you know, grasp the word. So I'm just really wondering if it's okay that I read the ERV version of the Bible. You know, so if there's anybody watching this video, y'all just please let me know. But I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I do miss my daughter a whole bunch. Like, not a day goes by where I don't think about her. But I'm stronger now and I'm better, and it's like now I'm starting to learn how to transmute that, you know, energy, you know, surrounding me and, you know, her death. I'm learning how to turn into, like, a positive thing and trying to find the light, you know, in the situation, and trying to look at it from a positive standpoint instead of, like, negative. Try not to focus so much of her not being here, but she's here in the spirit, and just me knowing that she would want me to be happy, you know, right now. So I try to continue to be happy. And during these holidays, like, my favorite song lately has been "What Do the Lonely Do at Christmas? Oh, what do the lonely do at Christmas time?" Don't ask me why that has been my song, but it just kind of reminds me of myself, because I'm trying to, like, really figure out what do I do, like, right now. I'm just now coming back to life. I'm just learning how to live again. So, like, one of the things that I have been working on, like, instead of getting, like, sad, like I said, and shutting up in my room, I've learned to just, when I'm having a bad day like that, like, get up and get myself together, do my face, put my lashes on, leave my room and come sit in the living room with my mom. Just, spending time. I've learned too, like, spending time with my family. Just, it helps me because it keeps me from being back there in my room and getting in my head. Because that's really the problem. I really don't leave this house unless if it's for work or Bible study or church. I don't leave this house. And I especially don't leave that room back there. And so that's one of the things that I've been working on doing is when I feel myself getting into that mood, like I start feeling like, the devil starts trying to ride me, I'll leave that room immediately. And, thank God that, I have Zealand here because I can take Zealand outside and I can walk him. And that makes me want to go outside and walk and just, be in nature because it's not good to sit back there in that room and be in my head because that's really what happens. That's really what goes on when I'm sitting back there in that room. So I leave that room and I come up to the living room, and even this house just sometimes it just tends to swallow me. So the best bet for me to do is just go outside. So I find myself outside a lot more now. I find myself spending more time with my family now and just listening to them and just talking and just reconnecting back with everybody because I was really disconnected from everyone, like physically and especially emotionally. I couldn't see nobody else's troubles except for mine. Like, I did not want to acknowledge nobody else's feelings except mine. And I grew in like this very selfish state. And I'm just so glad that I'm leaving that behind. Like, and I'm starting to connect with people. I'm starting to connect back with my family and checking in on them. I've been pouring into myself so that I can pour into my family. Because again, I say this a lot. I'm not the only person that lost someone. As well as I lost my daughter, my mom lost her granddaughter, my dad lost a granddaughter, my sister lost her niece, my nephews and my niece, they lost a cousin. So I just had to come from out of my world, stand in the middle, and to check on the other people as well. So it's really been keeping me occupied because while I've been over here, going through it, I've been, really trying to work on myself as best as I can. But now I'm able to step out of my bubble and to get into somebody else's bubble and to help them through this as well too. And I hate that I did not learn to do this, earlier, but I just feel like, better late than never. God always has a plan, for us, and we're just sticking through it together, and we're just trying to get through these holidays the best way that we know how, by keeping the tradition going, by celebrating Christmas and decorating and spending time with family. Because again, like this year, for the last past, okay, my daughter, it's been 4 years since Carly has been gone. So I say for the last past 3 years, on the holidays like Thanksgiving and Christmas, those are the holidays that we get together, and Labor Day, because normally on Labor Day we go to Atlanta to my cousin's house, or either they plan a trip and we go to like Florida or just somewhere. For the last past 3 years I have skipped out on all of that. Like, I have not. I think the first year when Carly died, I participated in all the family outings, and it was literally the worst. I could not stop crying. I would see kids and that would just make it worse. I literally just I didn't want to ruin it for everybody, but I spent a lot of time upstairs in like whatever room that I was in because I just couldn't take it. So I decided like that year that I was done. I don't want to do no more activities with the family. I'm not able to handle it. But yeah, for the last past 3 years, I have skipped out on all family activities and just trying to protect myself. And I truly do not. I don't think that I was wrong for doing so, because my mama, she would always, she get really sad that I was not, going, and I understood. But that's why I tell y'all, like, for a long time I was only worried about myself and no one else. And I kind of lost a lot of friends due to that mindset as well. I wouldn't even really say I lost a lot of friends, because I feel like if you understood what I was going through, not to make an excuse, then you would know that I did not mean like any harm from anything. But I really didn't lose like a lot of friends for real, for real. Everybody that's supposed to be in my life at this point, they're still here, if you get what I'm saying. But yeah, my mama, she would be really sad the fact that I wasn't participating and things like that, because she would always tell me, like, you're my daughter too, and I want you here. But at the same time, I understood that I was her daughter and she wanted me there, but I just did not want to ruin everyone else's Christmas, with my bad mood. So I decided after that year to just be done with traveling and doing family outings with the family. But this year, I changed. We didn't really do any family outings for Labor Day this year. I don't think we did anything at all. But however, Thanksgiving, we always go over to my Uncle Anthony's house. And this year, I went. And everybody was happy to see me. I was happy to see everybody. I was genuinely happy to be there. And it was not a front. It wasn't a matter of, let me just put these clothes on and just go, just to show my face, because that's what it really had came down to at one point. But I just genuinely was happy to be there, and I know that it was nobody but God. I was able to go and just participate. I was able to be present. I was able to talk to people. I was able to have normal conversations, because a lot of times I caught myself talking to others and it just always went back to my grief, or it just always went to Carly. Not to say that I don't need to talk about Carly, at all, but I'm trying to heal a little more gracefully, and I'm trying to learn to let her go. Not to say that I won't be talking about her to anyone anymore, but I'm just genuinely proud of myself this year, because I was able to have normal conversations, and I was able to help people. I was able to talk to people. I was able to show love. I was able to socialize, and I felt like I was living the normal life again. Like I felt like a normal girl again. Like for that particular day, my grief had left the building. And I remember that afternoon just sitting, well, later on that night, because I literally spent the whole day outside. Your girl was outside and I was cute. I had my makeup did. I was just really cute and I just felt really good. And I remember sitting that night on my bed, and I remember just praying to God, saying, Lord, I thank you. I thank you for the happiness that I have carried today, because I was overwhelmed, y'all, but in a good way. I could not believe that I actually left outside of this house and I didn't get triggered. And there was still kids around, So I was real proud of myself. I was even proud of the fact that when I'm at my Uncle Anthony's house, you just never know who's going to stop through, because he knows a lot of people. His son knows a lot of people, and like their people are, in and out, saying happy Thanksgiving and stuff like that. And I met this lady and we were sitting on the porch together, and she asked me, she was like, you got any kids? And I froze up a little bit and I said, yeah, I got one daughter. And she was like, for real? She was like, which one is yours? I said, oh, she's not here. She passed away in 2019. She was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And I was like, all is well. I'm just thankful to be here right now with my family and just having a good time and just, vibing. And she was like, that's right, baby, stay in the spirits. And so after that, we continued on the conversation. It didn't get dry. It didn't get weird or nothing like that. And, I remember that night reminiscing about that and just, being super happy, because at that point I knew that I had grown a lot more. I knew that at that point that I'm learning to, change the trajectory of everything. And I was just very proud of myself. And I'm actually really happy about Christmas this year and gathering again, because to be honest, since that day of Thanksgiving, my family, they put together this little bingo night, and we all just gather to someone's house every weekend to play Pokino. It's like bingo. I don't really play it, but I go and I show up and I be present and I laugh. I have a good time. I eat. At the first one I went to, I did try to drink, but I don't know why I keep trying to drink. Like, I need to just stop being hard-headed because, like, again, this is my channel. And I want to be vulnerable here with y'all. Like, I keep it as real as possible. God delivered me from smoking, so I don't smoke anymore. I feel like he's delivering me from alcohol because when I try to drink, I get this very bad headache or I get sleepy. Like, I'm not able to hold my liquor anymore. Not saying I cut the food because I have not taken in a whole bunch, you know, to be intoxicated. But it's just that when I drink now, I'm just not able to handle it like how I used to. I get a headache almost immediately. The taste of it just tastes horrible now. And I just think that that's so weird because I used to be one of them girls, okay? I used to be one of them. I drink like a goldfish. I used to drink like a goldfish, like for real, for real. That was in my blood, for real, from my bloodline. Like, if I didn't get nothing from my family, I got that from them because they can drink. I could drink. I was one of the girls. I remember the first time I ever drank, which was in college. They was like, for a lightweight, they didn't think that I should be taking in that much, but I was taking in a whole bunch, and I outlasted everybody there in the function. Like, it was just, you know, it was just like that. I was one of the girls, like, I could hold my liquor without being drunk or just falling all over the floor, making a fool out of myself, you know, that type of thing. But nowadays, it's just not like that. I get this headache. I start getting sleepy. And at that point, when I get sleepy, baby, it's time to go. Like, I gotta leave because if not, I'm gonna be somewhere laid out. I'm gonna be asleep. So, yeah, like at the first Pokino session that we had, I enjoyed myself. And like I said, I tried this little mixed drink, you know, thinking that, you know, I'm just like, you know, I'm out and about. I'm gonna try this mixed drink, whatever. I ended up drinking the drink, y'all, and I got so sleepy and I ended up having to leave early and go home and go to sleep because I had got so sleepy. So that's why I just feel like, you know, drinking is not for me anymore, and I just have to let it go. I just gotta let it go. The second Pokino session was at my Aunt Phyllis's house, and that was shortly after Thanksgiving. I want to say it was that Saturday following after Thanksgiving or whatever. But we played Pokino at her house, and it was real chill. I got myself together. I was late, but that's because I kind of had to fight a lot. Like, my mind was telling me just stay in the house because I'm just so used to being home. Like, that's another thing. This house has a hold on me. So I had to really just tell myself, girl, get up, put some clothes on, and go outside. And so that's what I did. So I was an hour late going to Pokino with my family that night. But it don't matter because I got there and I enjoyed myself. Then the next weekend we had Pokino again, and this one was held at my sister's house, and it was like a surprise birthday party for my mom. So, you know, of course I was there. I went there, I socialized, and I had fun. And like that time I wasn't even really dressed up a lot. I just really just, you know, I didn't really have on any clothes for real. I had on like a regular tank top, tights, and my coat because it was really cold outside. But even something so small like that, a little small function like that, because we really didn't have that many people there that night, but it did not matter because I was just happy to be outside of the house and be, you know, surrounded by family, you know, people that I know who love me. So I thoroughly enjoyed myself, and I'm learning that I don't have to go through this alone. I know it's 4 years later, but I learned that I don't have to go through this alone. When I start feeling sad, I can just go be around family. I can go be around friends, you know, people that's going to keep me uplifted in spirit. And I don't have to go around them and just, you know, make it all about, you know, what I'm going through. I've learned to just go and surround myself in the energy and just be present and, just focus on being normal again, because grief is heavy, y'all. It's real heavy. Yeah. Grief is real heavy. But I'm doing better at transmuting the negative energy and turning it into a positive. And I'm just super excited. Like, I'm optimistic right now. And I'm just ready to see why God has had me to wait all of this time. I'm patiently waiting, but I'm curious about how things are about to unfold for me. Like, because I just feel like something good is about to happen. I don't know what it is, but I feel like something good is about to happen. Like, I just feel real positive about my future. And, I'm just ready, because I used to never feel like this. Like, I literally wanted to die. I really wanted to die. And one day I hope that I will be able to, like, tell my testimony in all, like, to somewhere, maybe at church, or to other young girls, or just anyone who needs it, to let them know, like, even if you think God can't use you, He can most definitely use you. Because I am a witness of, just being changed by God. Because I'm not going to say that I did not believe in God. I just did not know God for myself. That's what I would say. And I used to think that I was too far gone, that God can't use me, because I just was a negative person after I lost my daughter. Like, everything changed after I lost Carly, and I just really felt like it was over with for me. Like, that was it. Like, God brought me this far, and He left me. And I also was upset with God, but that's for another video. But yeah, I just pray that God gives me the words for my testimony, so that I can tell people that God be Godding, because He really be Godding. Like, He took little old me, raggedy old me, and He's transforming me. I'm not going to say He transformed me, because He's still working on me, but He's transforming me. And He took somebody that used to be suicidal, me, and He took me to this new level where I'm excited about my future, where I actually want to live. So I'm just thankful, y'all. I'm real thankful. Zealand done got away, y'all. I gotta go get him.